What's up, you beautiful people? Welcome to another episode. Today I want to talk about how you can find killer ideas for your content and your ads. How to know before you make the piece of content that it's going to hit and go viral and bring in millions of dollars worth of revenue from your raving fans. Okay, maybe not all that, but this is going to help you. If you've been putting out organic content on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube like this, and you're struggling to get reach, you're struggling to get visibility on your content, it's possible that you either are packaging your ideas wrong, which means the thumbnail, the title, the hook is just wrong. It could be that the format is wrong. So maybe it's a talking head video. This is a talking head. I'm just sitting here talking to you, right? Maybe you need to play with some different formats. But one of the questions is, if you're not a full-time content creator, you don't have a full-time content creation team for you, is how can you know what are the ideas that will work before you even start running down the path of making the content? So you don't have to learn the hard way after you post it. So what I want to present to you are just 3 tools that we use internally to come up with titles, come up with thumbnails, come up with ideas and formats for content that guarantee it's going to smash rather than just completely flop. So the first one is for YouTube specifically. You need to have a way of knowing what's already worked for other people. Because if it's worked for somebody else, then there's a good chance it'll work for you. It means that there's some kind of demand there. You know, there's a book called The Blue Ocean Strategy that says, from a business perspective, you're best served if you go and try to compete in a market that isn't already saturated. Like the most riches are in the industries that nobody's currently competing in. You want to go to the blue ocean, the clean water. I disagree with that. I think there's more money to be made in the red oceans. That's the bloody, shark-infested waters. There's more competition there. There's more proven demand. And so you want to use that same concept when it comes to your ideation. Go to this tool called oneof10.com. I have no affiliation. I'm not getting a kickback. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. It's just a tool that we use. It's fantastic. You go in there and you put in the topic, the category, the idea, the thing that you want to flush out. And what it's going to do is it's going to present to you a bunch of other creators, the thumbnails that they've used, the title variations that they've used, and it goes one step deeper and it shows you how that content performed relative to the average on that person's channel. And that's really valuable to know because, you know, you don't want to go copy my shitty content that flopped, right? If you go to my channel and you find a piece of content that, you know, got 20,000 views where the average views on that channel is 200,000, you probably don't want to copy that particular idea. Didn't work for me. Chances are it won't work for you, right? But you do want to go find the video that I did that got 1 million or 2 million views and say, okay, that got 10x the output for his channel. It will possibly work for mine as well. And those are the videos, the outliers that you want to go and emulate. And you don't want to just rip them off, but you do want to take inspiration. Look at the thumbnail. What are the ideas that you can take from that? What are the variables? The title is a little bit more malleable in your ability to copy it directly because, you know, as soon as I did, you know, the video, God, what was it? People Dumber Than You Are Making Millions. That one did really, really well. Next thing I know, everybody has a video called People Dumber Than You Are Making Millions, right? And in fairness, I ripped that one off from a guy named Devin. So like, it's all just a game of cannibalizing all the way down. But as long as the content itself is unique, nobody necessarily cares that the packaging, the thumbnail, the title, the hook are one and the same. So that's the first idea, is use one of 10. The second one is, again, it's tied into this idea of competitor research. You should have in your space 5 to 10 creators or 5 to 10 other companies that are in your area that are making content that is in parallel to what you do and that they're successful with it. You don't want to go rip off content from people that aren't successful. That's just a losing strategy. But you want to have 5 to 10 other creators that you can go and get inspiration from, and you can see what is working in real time for their channels. For instance, Dan Martell is one of the guys that we it's funny, they've copied stuff from us, we've copied stuff from them. One of those formats that I saw that Dan did a couple weeks ago was blind ranking business books. And I was like, hey, that's a really great format. Don't know what books he did. That doesn't matter. I was more interested in the format, the structure. So then we did a video like that for Instagram, went gangbusters, went viral, huzzah, right? So, but that's a perfect example of seeing somebody in your space, a competitor, and then saying what worked for them. How can I do my variation, my version of that? So you should have a list of 5 to 10 people that you can take that inspiration from. Go to their channels and then rank order their content based off of what's performed as an outlier in the past. Again, don't copy my crappy content. If you're in the same space, copy my good content. Copy the stuff that worked, obviously, and just do more of that because there's already a proven demand for it. The third thing, and this is a super secret, people don't talk about this one nearly enough, is go to Facebook, go to the business manager, the back end, and what you can do is you can actually look up the ads library for everybody that's ever run an ad. And so you can go to your competitors and you can go to their Instagram, you go up to the right-hand corner, you click on the 3 dots and you say, click about more, and you can see more about that page. And one of the buttons there is click all the ads that this channel has ever run. So now you can go to the ads library for that competitor and you can see what have they run as ads, what is the structure, what is their caption, what is the hook, what is all of that has worked for them. And a really good indication that it worked for them is that they ran it for a long time. So if you see they ran an ad for 1 month and they see another ad that they ran for 5 months, they probably ran the ad for 5 months because it was working pretty well. Like, you can't see the back end of their funnel, but you can extrapolate. They kept running the ad because it was working. And then you can look at that and say, cool, I know that ad works. What about the format, the style, the delivery, the content itself? How could I do my variation of this? Because at the end of the day, as Pablo Picasso said, good artists steal. Wait, what did he say? Good artists copy, great artists steal. So go again, like, I'm not telling you to just go and plagiarize and copy people's content. It's the ideas, the formats. That is what you're trying to take inspiration from and then do your version of that. I hate it when people actually just go rip off other people's content word for word, idea for idea. You can't be a thought leader if you're just, riding the wave of other people's thoughts. So that's all I got. No. That's what I got for you guys. Hey, let me know down in the comments if you are struggling with the content game, trying to crack that nut, whether that's on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Put it down in the comments. We'll do an audit. We'll go look at your page for you, and I'll come back into the comments and give you some feedback on where you could improve, give you some content ideas of how you can move forward. And otherwise, just make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.